Hello, and welcome to A to Z Grant Writing Mini Lesson number 10. I've uploaded a series of mini lessons for you on the A to Z Grant Writing website, and I suggest that you download them in sequence so that you can understand the step-by-step process in implementing a successful grant writing campaign. Let's take a look at what we're going to study today. We're going to go through elements of the proposal package, the organization income and expense budget, and the proposed program budget and request. Lots to cover, so let's get started. The proposal package includes supplemental documents and materials required by the funder in a complete proposal package. You can see that there's many, but today we're going to go through two of the elements that you see in bold italics. Let's start with the organization income and expense budget. If you take notice, you'll see that there's three columns. The item, actual, which is last year's, projected is this year's. We start out with the income, foundation, corporate, and government grants received last year, projected for this year. Individual donations received last year, projected for this year. Special events income, actual for last year, projected for this year. Membership, last year, this year. Sales, last year, this year. And interest, last year, this year. Then we have expenses, salaries and benefits, multiple titles. I've only included one line for a title, but of course you have a larger staff than that. So it will be multiple titles, and then followed by the benefits that each one of these titles or the total of these titles would receive for last year, actual, and projected for this year. Now we have the program expenses. Some of the line items that might be included in this are consultant expenses from last year and projected for this year, rent and utilities for last year and projected for this year, insurance, accounting and payroll, equipment and supplies, maintenance, telephone, printing and Xerox, and transportation. You may have other items that you will add to this list, which of course you're welcome to do. This is simply a sample to help you understand how to lay out your budget. Finally, you have a subtotal of program expenses. You have a total income at the bottom, a total expenses at the bottom, and finally, net profit and loss for the organization. This is a type of income and expense budget layout that is very serviceable and will work in many different situations in your nonprofit organization when reporting to funding sources. Now let's go through the proposed program budget and request. You'll see at the top of the form you have the organization's name and the title of the proposed program. You have three columns again, the item, the total budget, and the total request. In this case, on the left-hand side, the item is staffing and outreach workers, with the total cost for those staff members and workers and the amount that's being requested from the funding source, which is $25,000. We have an item for services, which is computer training, counseling, and special classes for 55 at-risk students. We have $100,000 as a total project budget for that, and we're asking this funding source for $20,000. College day events and transportation, postage, and printing. And once again, you have the total budget, the total request, and then the final total at the bottom. In many cases, the funding source will have an online form that you need to fill out, but it will be important for you to create your budget first and then transfer the numbers from the budget that you've made to the formula or the form that's being provided to you by the funding source in their online application. Well, I hope you learned something about budgets today. It was a pleasure to share with you. I also hope that you'll join me for the online course. I've been teaching the A to Z Grant Writing online course for decades now to thousands of people, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done on behalf of nonprofit organizations across the nation. The course provides 12 lessons over 6 weeks, a 200-page course manual. Students get a private space for direct communication with me, their instructor, weekly Zoom discussion groups, and hundreds of resources and tools. I sincerely hope to see you in my class roster, and I'll see you very soon. Until next time, all my best.